and welcome back to my channel, TorAthena, where today I am doing, it's slightly late, but it's the first Monday after I've seen it, which is a review on Justice League. I haven't done a movie review in so long, so bear with me. I am more known for reviewing comics, not movies, but I love movies, and I see this as a discussion. This is me talking about the film and how I took it. Oh, probably should just totally mention now, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't watched Justice League yet, don't watch this. Go watch Justice League, then watch this. Let's talk about the plot. Basically, the overall gist is that there is a very bad man called Steppenwolf, or God or something, and he has 3 boxes, and if the 3 boxes get combined, the world will end. So, we don't want that to happen. Mere people look after the box, the humans look after the box, and the Amazons look after the box. And they have to all unite to defeat Steppenwolf. That's pretty much it. And then mixed in with a little brooding tension of Batman and Superman. Okay, the plot itself is pretty weak, but it's a comic book movie. I'm not expecting Schindler's List here. I'm not expecting to go in and be completely thought-provoked. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have that. I mean, my favourite graphic novel, Superman Red Son, Old Man Logan, which is now a film, Civil War, which is now still not a film in my eyes. There are thought-provoking, incredibly deep and intricate storylines within comic books, but there doesn't need to be. You don't need that in a film, depending on the genre. You don't walk out Friday the 13th going, do you know what? There just wasn't enough metaphors and depth and character development in that movie. Certain genres, you get away with it. Of course it just goes dark just as I start filming. Thank you. That did nothing. Let's talk about the cast. Okay, so let's start with Batman, played by Ben Affleck. Okay, so, not impressed with the I'm Batman. I'll never be okay with that, ever. But I do like the fact that his is more robotically modified. It's not just Christian Bale's, like, he's got a bad cold kind of gruff, but I still don't like it. I like it a little bit more, still don't like it. However, everything else I thought worked with Batman. I think Ben Affleck is one of the best Bruce Waynes. I do like his movement as Batman. He's the first Batman I've ever seen to truly be the Dark Knight. He is stealthy, he hides in the shadows. He really captures that like almost martial arts self-defense type of movement. Like in the first bit where he's just keeping to the shadows and distracting him and disorientating him, that's perfect. And then just the way he moved every now and again, the way the cape moved, the way he flew, it was exactly ripped out of comic books, and I haven't seen it done so perfectly in any other movie. And that includes Batman Returns, which is still my favourite Batman. Superman, played by Henry Cavill, I know is an unpopular opinion of mine, but I don't like him. He's stiff, he's wooden, he's meant to be the character that inspires hope, but inspires nothing but yawns from me. I think he's boring, I think he's bland. I know Superman is meant to be quite that vanilla character, so I guess in that way he does it well, but nah. The Flash, played by Ezra Miller, was one of the most believable ones for me. I loved his character. I loved the fact he had a personality. Like, as an example, when they're going up the lift and everyone's just like stunned there or stone-faced and he's like, oh, I loved that. And I'm not expecting all the superheroes to not be these stone-faced, hard, brave characters, because that's what a lot of superheroes are. But I liked that he did have his own unique identity. Only thing I would say against him though, as much as I loved him and he probably was my favourite, he was also a little Big Bang Theory becomes a superhero. Gal Gadot, who played Wonder Woman, was pretty much the same as she was in Wonder Woman. And this is kind of harsh on her, I know it is, but I was kind of disappointed in that. In Wonder Woman, she stole the show of DC with her movie. She absolutely controlled the whole movie and stole everyone's attention towards her, and it was amazing. And she had that power to do that through looks, through acting, through her sheer personality. She was Wonder Woman. In this film, she was still grieving Wonder Woman. She was still, oh, I still miss a man Wonder Woman, and she was fighting for what was right. She was, and she was still badass, but it just didn't shine through. She just wasn't given that opportunity to develop further than she already has. In fact, I felt like this film did take her back a little bit, and I don't think that's anything on Gal Gadot's acting. I think that was once again the writing, which I will get onto later. Ray Fisher as Cyborg I thought was going to be the weakest character after watching his first scene. He is once again a very stiff, dark, brooding character because it's DC and everything has to be brooding and dark. But he actually wasn't the worst. He did actually develop a little bit more as the film went on. He was still stiff, he was still robotic, his CGI-ness wasn't great, but there was much worse in this film, which I will get onto later. He didn't inspire anything, but I still enjoyed him. I think I just enjoyed the fact that there was a new character there, that we're not just recycling Superman and Batman and the Joker all the time. We're actually developing, hey, we have a plethora of beautiful and wonderful characters in comic books, let's start using them. So I still enjoyed seeing a new character on screen. And last but not least in the superhero list is Aquaman. Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, was something I didn't think I had to think anything more of. I kind of thought, hey, this is gonna be Jason Momoa playing Aquaman. Everyone hated the look of him. I was okay with it. I have to accept that things aren't always gonna be the same as in comic books, and I was fine with this change and this evolution, and he came on screen and just did nothing for me. I don't know what Snyder was thinking when it came to the writing part of this film or the dialogue, but everyone's dialogue was just which I'll get onto later. But Jason Momoa's was the worst. Whoever thought that Aquaman's catchphrase would be "my man"? Like, what? And he was just so disjointed. He was so off. You could tell Jason Momoa was trying to play this type of maybe renegade loner, but he wasn't. He was so absolute forced, unorganic, hard to swallow one-liners, and it was just so disjointed and unbelievable. It just, there was no natural movement, character, it was just bad. Steppenwolf was one of the worst CGI characters ever. The bad guy is always kind of weak these days. Can't all have Magnetos of the world. But yeah, he was a pretty 2D terrible character. But there it is what it is. Good, they needed a bad guy to fight, and that was the bad guy. The music, I have to admit, was actual perfection. Well done. It just got so dark in those 10 minutes I was filming, I had to just go get a spotlight. So sorry if there was a weird jump cut there. So let's talk about the look. I have such weird mixed feelings about the look of this film because one, the CGI was awful. I'm getting that out the way now. The CGI was awful. You had a $300 million budget, and your action scenes between Steppenwolf, and especially when they were fighting the Amazons, was so bad. It looked like a PS2 game. Not even just like a good PS2 game like Baldur's Gate. No, we're talking like a budget PS2 game. Like that, when it came out, it was already a $5, brand new, pre-order. Like, I just don't get how in today's age, when you can be such a multi-million-dollar corporation and you make movies for a living and they go, do you know what? That'll do. That'll do. When you know that in the today's age of social media and opinions, we're gonna comment on it, we're gonna look at it and we're gonna go, that's not right. Like, come on. We're gonna talk about the writing now. I have written a book. I have written a lot of things that haven't been published. I like to write. I like to read. I have studied English. I know words. Most people who know English know words. But I have even people who are not as fascinated by the English language as I am could still possibly watch this film and still know there's something not right about it. Maybe not pinpoint what it is, but I'll tell you now, it's the writing. And it's not just so much the writing of the script, it's the writing of the dialogue. There is no conversation that Snyder has ever filmed that has evoked emotion from me, has created depth between characters, has developed a character's personality, history, or just emotion. There's no empathy, there's no nothing. It's everything Snyder does looks beautiful, unless CGI is needed apparently in this film, but there is no depth, there is no evolution of character, and I think that's kind of why maybe Wonder Woman fell flat in this film when she didn't in hers. Like, it's just such a weak film when it comes to the origin story of people who didn't really get on will now get on, and he's just kind of shoehorned all these origin stories in and kind of gone, it kind of fits There you go. And it's terrible. It's really bad. And I think this is why there's so many mixed reviews out there, because it does look good. There was like homages to Alex Ross's Kingdom Come in there. Some of the looks were fantastic. The costumes were amazing. The cast is perfectly cast. And then nothing can redeem this film because the writing is so bad that all of these good things just don't outweigh the bad for me. We first left the film and we were kind of like, you know, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But the more we talked about it and the more we thought about, hey, why did that character do that? Why did that character say that? What are they doing in the first place? And we realized it didn't really make sense. And therefore it's just not a good film. Purely for the writing, purely for the dialogue. It's so bad. Okay, I kind of know that wasn't a review whatsoever and I just ranted a lot, but I had a lot of feelings about it and I had to say it. But yeah, the look, not including CGI, beautiful. Batman's movements, beautiful. Soundtrack, beautiful. Flash, refreshing. Jason Momoa, disappointing. Wonder Woman, a little upsetting. The script, it's everyone's fault. I blame Aquaman's character on the script. I blame Wonder Woman's on the script. I don't think any of these actors can be blamed for why I don't like their character in this film. I'm not saying I don't like Wonder Woman in this film. I'm just saying I felt like she had to step back in this film. But for whatever I don't like, I don't blame the actors at all. I blame the writing. I blame the dialogue. I think it has a lot to answer for in this film. And I've ranted for far too long about this film now, so I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching this video, this rant. I don't know if I can call this a review, but please comment below what you thought of the film. This did evoke a lot of conversation and emotion from me. It just wasn't the right one. Please comment below. Let's have that discussion and tell me what you think. Give the video a like anyway, because it helps out the channel, and subscribe because I do a lot of geeky videos like this and weird ones that don't match my brand whatsoever, but I do them anyway. But thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.